one's incomplete.
My shoulder accuracy is just crazy.
And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. They set up the screen to Hill. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside.
Oh yeah, dude, this dude's kind of like you. He's fucking sex dick at easier tackles.
26 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage. Here's
a first down run with Collins. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gee, he's afraid.
Detroit!
But that dude literally says that every fucking week. Every time he plays a game, he says, "We had a crazy one. Robert Anderson had a good game." And then after that, he says, "Come off season, anybody want a superstar, Josh Rosen?" He's literally said that fucking every fucking week.
Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him.
You get it?
At him for trying to make that play.
Oh, I don't feel like playing. This dude sucks at tackling.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
Just like you. So look at you can tell how bad he is at tackling.
Just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
Okay.
They become just as critical to the
I'm the fucking dog whisperer.
As a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss it.
And he is into the end zone.
I love the tight ends on this team. I wish I could have these two tight ends on another team. Hurst and Andrews.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6.
I think the Baltimore Ravens front office.
Let's go! Hey!
Drafted Hayden Hurst. He's got the potential to make a big impact in the league, especially in the red zone.
It's a computer.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
That's why they're 0-14.
This will be taken in after 1.
You can play the computer. Wow. Of course, after we get the touchdown, we just give up on. If I kick off return, I was fucking retarded ass country. This is the type of shit that make me hate Madden.
99 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Oh, I need some ibuprofen. I got a fucking headache.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam. Extra point right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Oh,
and they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end
shit
zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
I played you.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Yeah, you got fucking killed.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line.
Lamar got player of the week, had like 250 yards rushing.
And it'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl.
What did they say?
Stuff.
All I see is Temptation Island. I don't see it so
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard
Hey, Lamar's better
line.
now than fucking when I played him. Now that I actually developed him a little bit through the season.
First
He
down.
can actually throw the ball a little bit now.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes it 2nd and 9. They run.
Oh, you Nate took on that shit now, too.
He's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now.
Facts.
They go play action now. Jackson escapes the sand. He can run for
Oh, you should have seen that play right there. Of course, he fumbles after that. Those fucking fumbles.
He had gained really good yardage.
I did all that shit to get out of that sack, to get the first down, and he just fumbled. Tried to dive to get down because I couldn't slide, and of course he fumbled
I
it.
think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their
I
guys.
hate, that's why I fucking hate
Get
when
the yardage,
really throws a
get
pick
down,
fumble.
protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Got a man over the
I
middle.
don't know why they've been doing that lately. Every fucking league, every tackle, they fucking pull him
One of his
forward.
advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
You're just like Tommy trying to hurdle people, you fucking
His
dumb.
initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that
Tommy
type
does
of
that
height,
shit too.
he
Fuck
can
you,
stay in
bitch.
there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker.
That was a retarded ass like angle to try to hurdle
Has
someone.
a slide and find open space to
Oh, get the fuck out with that animation.
Over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before
I'm not gonna lose this
being
game. I can
dropped
tell.
inside
Man,
the
they want me to win. Fucking kick
So
return
here's
for a
a first
touchdown.
and
Fumble.
10 at
Good
the
game.
38.
Yeah, man. Fuck this. I can never tell. You can tell in games when you're gonna win or lose. It should be predetermined most of the time.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It looks retarded having number 87. It's like a fucking tight end.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
Yeah,
But in
he
this
looks fucking
situation,
huge.
the defense was effective.
Oh, that's Mosley. Thank you, bitch. Oh, ass nigga.
Picked off
Doesn't even look like Jeffrey.
CJ Mosley. And they are going to
He
take
looks
over
fucking
right there
huge.
at the 22-yard line. That pick
Yeah,
hits
that user. Look, give me that shit. Give me that shit back, bitch. Hoe ass nigga. You should have Mike ass nigga. Wilton ass bitch.
That wasn't so good, was it?
Parents fucking left you on the doorstop when you were born and fucking never saw you again, asshole.
That wasn't so great.
That wasn't good. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9
works, you want that in a big way. That's a great
Cool.
season.
heck of a season. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Like you said, someone will be back in
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look down
Fuck, I hate
and
headaches.
set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Oh, it's a screen pass.
This is just like we cannot tackle. He be diving early all the time just like you.
I think the ball's
Of
out
course.
and picked up by the Chargers.
Whenever
He's
I
getting
see a
stale
team
on him
turn
out
it
so
over on
much.
back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught by Gates, left side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Foles.
That's fucking right to me again, right to Mosley.
Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He just keeps throwing it right to me.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I just told her. I said, I'm not on your team, dude. Mosley plays for the Ravens. Now, if he keeps literally throwing it straight to me, when he's about to score, then he gets a red zone, throws it straight to Mosley. And I said, Mosley's not on your team, dude. Like, he plays for the Ravens.
NFL is described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands.
Because he keeps getting some bullshit fumble and he's about to score, and he just throws a pick in the red zone.
And let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
But I hope this ibuprofen kicks in fast.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Get some
It's a
alcohol
gain of
and
about
drink this
3,
headache
but it's
away.
going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
You just said, you practice like
at the
magic.
outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Jackson finding his safety.
Oh yeah, I love him. He's just like telling me he cannot tackle for shit. He always dives early.
That's good for a Baltimore
This is literally like
down.
playing you.
And just in general, Charles,
But you see what happens when you try to tackle me. You always dive like 5 yards like in front of me. And I just keep running.
It's very difficult.
Oh yeah, big
especially
bets.
if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're
Big fucking bets. You don't gotta tell me twice shit.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this
Well, he
second
accepted
quarter.
it finally.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson.
Bro, I love Lamar now. He's actually accurate now and can actually throw the ball now that I built him up.
Target, first catch and a 1st down.
Nah, I like Lamar now. Lamar's my guy now. Actually, now that I actually built up his fucking accuracy and shit, he can actually make some throws. See, look at this dude. He's just like you, Tommy. He be diving early all the time when he tries to tackle me. Look at this. I love it. He's just like Tommy. He misses sack after sack.
So it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know.
Oh yeah,
you can throw
send
the
me
football,
Casey.
But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those
Give me a
broken
second.
plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Fuck you.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Southern California.
Yeah, I can
after
shake them
this.
too. No, I'm tough. That's why I'm doing it right now.
Here we go now. On 2nd down now, Hill, and he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
This is so beautiful to see all his upgrades for the season are finally playing out. I can actually throw the ball accurately with him now.
On 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Des Bryant, as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens have broken the tie.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point.
We do literally always be like,
yeah, great job to put
having
themselves in front, and
myself.
now see on the sideline, special teams
Basically,
defense
just
scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the
fucking
final
types
moments
these
of the
big-ass
second
paragraphs.
quarter.
We just go to the new beginnings. New beginnings. Look, no one's fucking gonna sit here and read that shit.
Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he'll take it past the 25. And
Literally every time he talks, it's fucking paragraphs.
The Chargers getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
Oh god, yeah. I was lucky and I can't leave my controller diving at the last touchdown. I wonder what that looks like from your end. All of a sudden, you see me take the control of the corner. He's going to intercept it, and then he just stops. I bet that looks funny from your end. What the fuck?
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
Who?
Trying to shake
Mostly?
off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And
they got that one guy, he's going to be a beast though. They got a young middle linebacker, Kenny Young, and then they got Patrick Owens or whatever the fuck his name is.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again
It's
for
the
the
guy you always
28.
fucking ask me for in this league. The guy you always ask me for in this league.
They'll throw now on the final play. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And okay, so much for our halftime.
Okay.
Apparently we're gonna get right back
Chocolate
to
milk. I doubt Tommy likes chocolate milk. Halftime.
So we have reached halftime.
I'm gonna play Tommy right after this. I'm gonna show
Ravens
Tommy how
out
bad
in
of a
front.
tackler he is. He thinks he's a good tackler.
This will be taken in at the 1.
He really tackled the same exact as this guy.
Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Huh?
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
What
They
happened?
have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
I could already just hear the start of it. It sounds too extra already. Bro, all Lamar does is fumble.
So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And with that,
I'm really getting pissed the fuck off when I'm
and make a play. But on that
Unless
one,
we fucking smacking it through, but they keep fucking really trying to make this bitch in.
They keep it on the ground.
Is he talking like in between the highlights?
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll
I just heard the beginning of it, and then I had to stop.
Third down coming up. Here's Foles.
Yeah, this dude does this every time. He just gets to the red zone and throws a pick.
Down near the 5.
It's right to the middle linebacker every
Get
time.
the football back. So that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
and I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The city been 3 drives. He's gone to the red zone, and he literally throws it straight to the middle linebacker for a pick. Trying to get the ball back.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run.
Oh, I'm so glad that they pulled me out of the end zone. Watch that last play. That should have been a safety. But they got like some weird ass animation that pulled me fucking forward.
Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your
I was going to throw here, but no, we're too close. Can't risk a short pick.
On 3rd down, this is
our line actually plowed them the fuck over. Let's go. I was not expecting a first down right there, but our line shot everybody. Watch that play.
That burst good for 20.
Our line fucking just raped them. I was not expecting that.
This is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate.
What'd you
They've got
say?
it 1st and 10 now, out past the 20.
Let's go!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll get this up
Where'd you
over
put
the
that?
25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're trying to show that
Who
they
won
can
that
run the
game?
ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man
What he said about
coverage is
Will.
running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
He said, dude's been chewing clock since the 1st quarter. You need to get some better people in here. That's the dude who just played well.
It's Hill. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes.
No, they're playing right now, and he said that Will's just been outside chew clock on since the 1st quarter.
Firing out and hitting people. Hard to get them started again occasionally.
I think he's getting blown out.
On 2nd
He's talking about Will chewing clock in the fucking 1st quarter.
It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Said I'll leave after this
From
game.
Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Jackson.
Bro, Lamar is so accurate now, it's crazy.
Fight for the football. The Raven passing game.
He would never made any of these throws the first half of the season.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot,
Now he's got the big arm, he can
6'4",
make every
6'5", and
play.
up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. Definitely sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
To throw on 2nd down, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Des Bryant with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Foles. Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Go, go, go. 1, 1, 1. Tiger, tiger.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a first down and more for Gordon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And
that's exciting. Touchdowns.
Melvin Gordon.
So that run was retarded on 2
touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. The extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Will always says that. He says, I don't care how good you are, we all lose. He said, yeah, I know, bro, it's all good. Sounds like what he's like saying now.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
How you drop that after that bitch perfect? Ooh, that shit wild, nigga.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep.
Fuck you, Des Bryant. Why the fuck did I even trade for you?
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Ravens on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left.
Oh yeah, Lamar's gone.
Run for this. And now look at
Chelsea fumbled again. I wouldn't move.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't
Thank
able
God
to
we
get
fucking
it back,
recovered that.
but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession.
Oh, you can actually see where they punched that out. That was actually
Ball up to
realistic.
the 35 now as they come up on
So you can actually see where that ball got punched out. That play was like actually realistic. You can see him getting held up by someone and then it just got punched out by the other person.
And they'll get this one down to
You might get Hill out here.
Back-to-back nice
Putting in
gains.
some
That
slight
one for
work.
14 yards and another first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage,
the
put
field
the
goal
bonus
down.
on the defense.
Go stay 2 scores ahead.
Timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you?
Oh,
take
shit.
charge.
And a big
I could outrun him,
He's
but
taken
Bosa got
down.
there.
Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa! Shut up, bitch ass nigga.
Wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16.
Sack number 16. Okay, bitch. Who else
Counties
you
over
hoe?
after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now it's Jackson. Keeps himself upright. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
3rd and 25. What do I do here? I'm just going to go for a little check down route. He can make it easier field goal. That'll put us up 10 for about 5:40. Let me just stay ahead 2 scores. We're good to go for the game. I don't even need to go. I'm not going to go nothing crazy and try to get all the yards back.
Now steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score
Facts.
twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But
That's
here
all those that we want and make it a 2-score game.
clearly against the wall.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's like you're going to get a... Yeah, it's like you're going to fucking get a better quarterback. He's really a rookie, like mid-80s.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Gates has it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And again, the footwork. There goes Melvin Gordon. The 30, 10, touchdown LA. Melvin Gordon with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless.
I
am without speech. Jackson. Being chased out
fucking bullshit to keep him in the game.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
He really keeps getting so much fucking bullshit to keep him in the game.
My admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah,
Tell him to send you it.
At this stage of the game, all protections,
he's obviously too retarded to accept the
trade.
trade.
Well, the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before,
okay, Jason Hill, baby!
Do it again. They need that turnover.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there. Gave up another first down.
You know, I love running verticals to one side. And the whole defense goes to the side everyone's running, and then I just sprint out to the left with them all. And that's why the fuck open, because nobody's on that side of the field. It always works.
Back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some
touchdown really puts you
down. Exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now Jackson to throw on second down. Underneath here to Hill. And
don't even call offsides half the time. That was clearly fucking offside.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it third down.
Yeah, I'm dead even. 29 rushes, 31 passes. That's good balance by me. Good shit. Good play call, coach.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
Oh my god. What's the call? Yes, pass interference. Let's go. Let's just end the game for him.
I like your note there.
Watch that last play.
Hard for any defender to cover his
He's probably gonna message hella mad in the chat after that.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
He just said LOL. I was expecting him to go off.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Collins now the lone man in the backfield, 2nd and goal.
Yeah.
Watch it now, Barney.
He's going to get it running right. And I think they
It's not making me
stopped
too
him again.
smart.
They did at the 1-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
He literally just posted that fucking blue screen picture like 5 minutes ago.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
You get a touchdown, game's over. Field goal, and you have to try to trust the defense. I know where it's going to be open now. Yep. Knew that was going to be wide open right there. A little too predictable. I knew that fucking weak-ass pitch was coming, the whole ass bitch.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Now a desperation throw, and this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Yeah,
Michigan man, Jabril Peppers, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And off comes to Montgomery. And oh, he's going to be
brought
down
face
by the
mask.
face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go!
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Ravens, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the home...
Yeah, I'm going to show you a better pitch how you are now.